welcome to the belly of the ship here.
I see that. This is interesting. What's this all about?
So the show's called Message in a Bottle. So myself and about 20 other artists were invited to interpret the idea of blindly throwing a message into the sea. And so as you can see here, we've got some artists painting on bottles, you've got some paintings inspired by the idea, you've also got some multimedia installations that I did with video.
How did this all come about, this idea of creating a space?
Well, we first did this installation down in Miami for Art Basel last year, which is where I met Ron Cavalier, the owner of the gallery. And he really liked it and invited me here to
What is Art Basel?
Art Basel is a big art fair, or a bunch of art fairs that are down in Miami every December, first week of December.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've heard about the art scene in Florida. That's really come on lately in the last few years, doing art scenes.
Yes.
Is that right?
People come down there from all over the world to make art, to collect art, and it's just a lot. There's a lot to see. Well, if you want to check out, have a closer look at a few of my pieces. These are actual animated paintings, so it's sort of a recent development in my body of work where I've taken elements from my oil paintings and then animated them into this one is a 10-minute loop.
I love
where you can see this sort of man-powered submarine, and each time one of these lenses comes over the camera, it magnifies and removes a layer. So right now we're in the X-ray segment of the animation.
Is this typical of the work you do? Are you using video and animation in most of your work?
This is actually the second time I've done this, so it's fairly new development in my work.
Are you an oil painter?
Yes, typically I work in oil. I've got a couple of paintings right over here. This piece here and this piece here. I describe it as ornamental surrealism. So I use a lot of graphic ornaments that I find in different places, whether it's from letterpress ornaments from the 19th century or architectural ornaments, things like that, and I sort of cobble them all together and then create shapes and things that I then place realistically painted elements into, like in this case, ships. Well, I'll introduce you to some other artists. This is a painting by Logan Hicks. This is done entirely with spray paint, and that's indicative of how he works typically. He constructs these very delicate stencils, and I think this is probably about 12 layers. And this piece here, this is an oil painting on a very rare torpedo bottle by an artist named Elizabeth Winnell, and she's known for doing these sort of erotic type mouth, lip type paintings.
Okay.
And over here, let's see, this is an Ophelia Marquez that's entirely, it's actually carved wood segments that she separated in order to reconstruct it within the bottle, sort of like an impossible bottle, you know, with the ships inside.
Exactly.
That's
amazing.
I thought that was a really great solution.
Wow.
And let's see here, this is an Evelina that is just a small drawing within here, a very delicate drawing for the collector to discover. Yeah. Same with this Tiffany England piece here, sort of rolled up ink and a pencil illustration.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, we've got a sort of an assemblage piece by a Brooklyn-based artist named Vaj, and so she's taken a lot of small watch pieces and watch faces and things. And I've actually got a lot of, you'll notice a lot of blank bottles in here that I've been collecting over the years. They're actually salvaged from a beach in Brooklyn that has a bunch of refuge from the 19th century and through the 30s. So all the garbage you'll find is glass or metal, and it's all these really sort of interesting little bottles. And so
Did you have to do anything to them, or
no? They come like this.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, I had to wash them, obviously.
Yeah, right. But they're
yeah. So I brought a bunch of blank bottles because I'm going to be in the gallery for the next 4 or 5 days painting different bottles and adding to the installation. So,
oh, excellent! So people can stop by.
Absolutely.
Before we go, I have one question. Is this a new way of displaying art? Is it like maybe collaborating and putting up an installation like this? Do you find that this?
Yeah, sure it's not a completely new way of doing things, but for me it was a lot more interesting inviting other artists to come and add to the installation and add to the variety. In this case, it really brings a lot to it because you're exploring other ideas of,
You really are.
of the concept and the theme of the show, Message in a Bottle.
Is that hard to break into those, to find that client that says, oh, this is what I want in my house? I mean,
I think that in something like this, you have a lot of different voices coming from the artist. So really, anybody can find something that they like here because there's such a variety in the technique and in the concept that it's something for everybody.
well, we'll hope to see you working on new things here.
I'll be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.